Tonight at 6, a student hurt in a bathroom. How a young Maryland student was hospitalized. The latest from the district superintendent after a viral post prompted some questions from the community. And tragedy in Virginia. A 3-year-old hit and killed by a truck as more children were playing outside. We're live with the latest near that accident. And a holiday metro headache? The news that could disrupt some commutes during the most wonderful time of the year.
And it was mild today. It'll get a little milder on your Monday, but cooler air is coming. We'll talk about that cool down in just a few.
And we're stretching your dollar, the tips to navigate spending, and how Amazon is competing with one major discount retailer, how to get ahead of the busy shopping season.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Sunday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. We begin tonight in Maryland. Prince George's County police are investigating a deadly hit and run that killed a woman last night. Police say it happened in Marlow Heights on St. Barnabas Road near Branch Avenue. It's there police reportedly found a woman in the roadway. The driver of the vehicle, we're told, did not stay put. Police are working to figure out exactly what happened. And staying in Prince George's County, we're told that a man was killed in the shooting in Oxon Hill overnight. Police responded to Rowan Drive around 10 p.m. yesterday, not far from the National Harbor outlets. Police say the man was found in the roadway. The investigation is ongoing. Well, developing right now in Maryland, Charles County Public Schools says a student was hurt in a bathroom on Friday and staff called 911. The principal at Barnhart Elementary sent an email to parents and staff saying that 2 students were, quote, reportedly horseplaying, and one of their jackets got caught on a door hook of a bathroom stall. They couldn't free themselves, and neither could the other student. So that student, they say, left to get help. We've reached out to somebody on social media who says that she is the mother of the injured student. Her post has circulated widely online. Many commented with questions. Well, just today, the Charles County Public School Superintendent, Maria Navarro, said in part, quote, I have seen comments online stating that the school and CCPS are covering up what happened. This is not true. Going on to say, speculation about what did or did not happen, as well as the circulation of misinformation, impedes the investigation process, adding that the sheriff's office is now involved and the student is home from the hospital. All right, back here in the nation's capital, fire officials say that they recovered a body from the Potomac River near Georgetown's waterfront this morning. A water rescue team was sent near 30th and K after reports of a person in the river who was not moving. DC police are taking over that investigation. And in Virginia, police say a teenage boy was shot last night in Arlington, saying that he took himself to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Police say the shooting happened on 24th Street in the Green Valley neighborhood just south of Army-Navy Country Club. Police say the victim was approached by 2 suspects and a fight broke out. One of those suspects shot, then the pair took off. Well, there's no word at this hour if any charges are pending in a crash that took the life of a very young child. This happened early last night in Chantilly, Virginia. DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us live from the Meadows of Chantilly Mobile Home Park where this happened. Dave, a memorial is growing. Tell us what you're hearing there.
Well, what we can tell you is family and friends of the little boy are gathering along this stretch of Trans World Avenue where the child died Saturday afternoon. The tributes to 3-year-old Hugo Nolasco sit in the road where he lost his life. Fairfax County Police told us the child died after a truck struck him while he and the other children played in the street just before 4 o'clock. Police also said the driver of the truck stayed at the scene. They have not released his name or if he'll be charged with any crime. The family, meanwhile, has turned to social media to raise money to cover funeral costs. And family and friends are gathering along this stretch of road for what appears to be a memorial service that will start shortly. We're live in Chantilly, Virginia. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Poor little guy. All right, Dave, thank you. Back here in the district, online rumors of American University closing its School of Education are not true. The concern started when an email from the dean circulated on popular DC social media account reportedly citing a $60 million university-wide deficit as the cause for cuts. The American University telling DC News Now, quote, there is no discussion or change to its academic programs, offerings, or mission. going on to say, our commitment to the growth and success of the School of Education remains steadfast and strong. Time is 6:04. Over to meteorologist Scott Sumner. Scott, we had mentioned it yesterday, a little tease that we're getting a little dose of everything, it seems like, this week.
Yeah, absolutely. That trend is not going to change at all here, Ben, as we go throughout the next 5 to 6 days. Highs today were in the 50s and 60s, about 3 to maybe 5 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. Fairly pleasant day, although there were a lot more in the way of clouds, as you well noted, outside your window and in the sky this afternoon. Now, because of that, we may not be quite as chilly in some areas tonight as it was last night, but still we'll be dipping down through the 50s and into the 40s here. We're looking at about 43 or so degrees for an overnight low here in the district. And elsewhere, yes, you may see some 30s, but they're usually at some of the higher elevations or maybe some of the cooler sheltered valleys. Now, here is the satellite view. You can see again all that cloud coverage moving across the area. So for tonight, your evening planner is as follows. From 8 to 9 to 10 o'clock, we're looking at partly cloudy skies each one of those hours here in the district, with temperatures getting out of the 50s and then holding into the upper 40s. Stay tuned. I'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit, which again doesn't have much change from what I had yesterday. Ben?
All right, Scott. New tonight, President Joe Biden has reportedly authorized the use of American-supplied long-range missiles by Ukraine for Ukraine to strike even deeper in Russia. The decision comes as thousands of North Korean troops have been sent into a region along Ukraine's northern border to help Russia. Ukraine's president has been pressing Biden for months to allow Ukraine to strike military targets deeper inside Russia with Western-supplied weapons. Volodymyr Zelensky, Ukraine's president, previously said the U.S. decision to not allow the strikes made it impossible for Ukraine to stop Russian attacks on cities and electrical grids. All right, a new federal report says 2 U.S. Park Police officers were justified when they shot and killed a man back in 2017 after a police chase on the George Washington Parkway. The Inspector General says the officers followed all but one policy at the time. Our Daniel Hamburg has the full report from outside the Department of the Interior.
The 2 officers are still on paid leave. They filed a lawsuit against the Department of the Interior over the summer because the department still hasn't made a decision on their firing. Now, I talked with Bijan Gaysar's father today, who says he's not surprised but disappointed. This Sunday marks 7 years since Bijan Gaysar of McLean was shot and killed by U.S. Park Police officers.
The incident didn't kill him, only killed me too. I am not the same person anymore.
Gaysar was rear-ended in 2017 but left the scene. He was stopped twice on the GW Parkway before driving off. The third time he was stopped is when officers Lucas Vineyard and Alejandro Amaya fired multiple shots at him as he tried driving away.
They actually knew that he was a victim of the hit and run.
This week's Inspector General report concluded the officers' pursuit and drawing their guns was consistent with department policy. However, the report says Amaya struck Gaysar's SUV window during the second stop with his gun, and that did violate the Park Police's firearms policy.
This is not a democracy, the way this has happened, and the direction that we are going. I mean, literally with a simple mistake, you can easily get killed without any consequences to anybody.
Gaysar's father, James, says the report released near the anniversary of his son's death is tough.
Although I have no hope of having real justice or real changes to save other people's life, I hope at some point this would happen and we would be more kind, gentle toward each other.
Officer Vineyard's attorney told me today the IG's report came to the same conclusion as everyone else who reviewed the evidence, that Officer Vineyard did nothing wrong. He said he would not comment on the pending litigation, but hopes that it does put an end to the department's administrative action. In Northwest, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Daniel for staying on top of that one. All right, in Virginia, the state legislature is moving forward with plans to protect reproductive rights into the state's constitution. A House committee advanced a proposed constitutional amendment that says, quote, every individual has the fundamental right to reproductive freedom, including contraception, abortion care, miscarriage management, and fertility care. Democrats who control the state legislature say the amendment is compatible with current state law, but Republicans say it goes too far.
Since the Supreme Court's decision in Dobbs, We have seen some states enact dangerous abortion bans that have endangered the lives of women. We are determined to protect every individual's reproductive freedom, and HJ1 will do just that.
I think it gives courts pretty clear instruction that they are to ignore any of the rights, if they exist, of the unborn child at any point in the pregnancy, that all of those rights are afforded only to the mother of the child.
There are still several hurdles before the amendment could become law. The process for a constitutional amendment, get this, usually takes 2 years. Well, law enforcement is reminding folks, don't even try and get contraband on flights after recently telling us about this shocking discovery at Dulles last month. These packages of chocolate turned out to be cocaine. Customers and border agents say they found 28 pounds of this drug inside 10 packages of hot chocolate. That amount of cocaine has a street value of nearly $1 million, and officers say it was headed to Northern Virginia. They say the packets were hidden in a shipment a man was carrying from Guatemala. Agents say they were not able to link the man to the drugs. His visa was canceled, and he was sent back on the next flight back to Guatemala. All right, a heads up for the holidays for Metro riders. WMATA just announced that some stations will be closed during the holidays. Crews will be doing construction work and close some stations along the blue, orange, and silver lines between December 20th and 26th. Farragut West, McPherson Square, and the lower level of Metro Center will be shut down. Shuttle buses will run instead. Express shuttles will be available during rush hour only. And then between December 27th and the 30th, Farragut West, McPherson Square, the lower levels of Metro Center, and Federal Triangle plus Smithsonian and L'Enfant Plaza will be closed. Shuttles will once again be available. Metro says crews will be upgrading platform lighting and doing some other repair work.